Hi everybody, welcome back. Sorry, I just excuse me. Um, so we're still on units 1 and 2 with expressions and equations. Today we are talking about combining like terms and distributive property, which you probably saw as your exit ticket for class. Yeah. Alright, let's go. So, simplifying algebraic expressions. Before I begin, remember, if I am going too fast at any time, please pause the video, take a minute for yourself, okay? It is totally fine if you need a minute. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and push play, okay? Because I probably will go fast because I don't pause, so you guys have to pause me. Make sense? Okay, let's go ahead and try it. Excuse me. Simplifying algebraic expressions. We can simplify. Okay, remember, simplify means to try to get it into a single variable. We can simplify algebraic expressions by distributing and then combining like terms. Now, with algebraic expressions, we're not going to get that single number because now algebraic expressions, if you remember, include variables. And because they're unknown numbers, we don't know what they are, we're not going to be able to do all the operations. So we're trying to get it as small as possible, okay? And the way we do that is distribute and then combine like terms. Headphone alert. If you have headphones, turn down really quickly because I gotta cough again. Sorry. Try to do that more often. Combining like terms. Well, what are terms? You need to know what terms are before you can combine the ones that are alike. So terms are parts of an expression separated by addition signs. Not just subtraction signs, addition signs. Okay? Because as we probably might have said, depends on your class, when you subtract, you're really just adding the negative of that number. So, let's look at some examples. Here, negative 4xy, that is only one term. Click. There you go. One term. Right there. Oh, no. Edit undo. Poo. Okay. Sometimes my videos might go a little long because I did a malfunction of some kind. Headphone alert. Excuse me. Edit undo. There we go. Alright, one term. We'll just leave it like that. And big screen again. Alright, so that's all one term. It's okay that they're all being multiplied together. That's totally fine. It's when they're being added together we have to pay attention. Here we have x squared minus 16. I forgot the alert. Well, when we are subtracting, that really means we're doing x squared plus negative 16. So that's actually two terms. Click. Okay? One is the x squared, the other is negative 16. Okay? So you want to keep that sign in front of it. Here we have 1, 2, and then this is actually our third, negative xy, because it's really plus negative xy. So 3 terms. Click. Clickable. There you are. Dying just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. So, try this on your own. I think I kind of gave some of it away. How many terms are in each one? Pause the video. When you come back, we'll talk about this next class, like the answers in class, but we'll move on when you come back, okay? Okay, welcome back. Now that we know what terms are and how to find them, we're going to look at like terms. And I can't scroll anymore, so I have to move. Like terms have the same variable, so the same letter, with the same exponent. So it's the same letter raised to the same exponent. So x and x squared aren't actually the same. X and x are the same. 4x and x are the same. Okay? So, keep that in mind. On to the next page. Oh, okay. So let's look at examples of like terms and non-like terms, okay? So, like I said, alert. X and 4x are the same because they both share the x. It doesn't matter the coefficient because we just add those together. Like, it's 1x and then 4x's. Altogether, we have 5x's. 18 and negative 22 are the same because they don't have any variables. 9AB and negative AB are the same because they both share that AB. Non-like terms are x and x squared, because even though they're the same letter, they don't have the same exponent. This one has a 2, this one doesn't have an exponent. Okay? 3x and 3xy, they have the same number and they both have x, but they don't both have the xy. You need the xy. And a squared b cubed and a cubed b squared, they have the same letters, they have the same exponents, but not on the right letters. Okay? So now you're going to try, oh, this is so sad. Try this on your own. I'm not even going to scroll up. Try this part on your own and put these where you think, like, group them together. Okay? Oh, wait. Did I do that right? Maybe I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and put them in the groups where they belong. Okay? So put all these in the right group. And we will go over these answers in class. Okay? So go ahead and give that a try. Okay. So you should have all these numbers, letters, all that stuff in the right circle. Okay? And we will check that next class. But let's go ahead and move on. How do you combine like terms? Well, all you have to do is you just have to add the coefficients of the like terms. Remember, coefficients is a number being multiplied with the variable. So it's a number hanging out in front. Okay? So, example 1. Simplify the expression. Well, we have 2a plus 3a. Those are like terms because they both have an a. Okay? So, since they both have an a, we go ahead and add the coefficient, the 2 and the 3, and tack that on the front. Okay? So now we have 5a as our combined like term. B, we have 5n plus 1n. That's invisible 1 there. So they are like terms because they both have the same n. So we go ahead and add the coefficient 5 and this invisible 1. So we get 6 as our new coefficient. So we get 6n. That should be an n. And let me edit it. Oh, that's an N. Just imagine it's really an N. Marker. An N. There we go. Just go with it. And then here we have... Oh, get off the marker. Ah! Technology hates me today. Here we have 6x squared plus x squared minus 9x squared. Well, these are all like terms because they all have the x squared. 6x squared is one term, x squared is another with the coefficient of that invisible 1, and negative 9x squared is the other one, because that minus really means adding the negative 9. So those are our three terms. So we add their coefficients together. 6 plus 1 plus negative 9 gives me negative 2. So I really have negative 2x squared. Okay? That's how you combine like terms. Now go ahead and try these two on your own. Okay? Pause the video, give it a try. When we come back to class, they'll be on the board. Feel free to volunteer to put them up. Okay? Alright. Okay, so you tried these two. Hopefully you got it. Let's go ahead and look at the distributive property. The distributive property is multiplication that is distributed over addition or subtraction. Okay, so here's the example. We have a and b plus c. That's where it's addition. So that means we were going to multiply the a times the b and the c. So ab plus ac. Here's an example. It could also be hanging out in the back, in which case we still have to distribute it. We just do it backwards. Okay. And then here's where it's with subtraction. Does the same thing, but remember when you have the subtraction here, that subtraction sign is really the negative of whatever c is. Okay, so like it's really 4 times negative 7, which gives you negative 28. 9 times negative 5 is really negative 45. Okay, so keep that in mind. Here's an example. Excuse me. So we have to go ahead and distribute this 8 to the 2n and to that 1. So I do the multiplication. So I have 1 times 8 plus 2n times 8. 1 times 8 is just 8. 2n times 8, I just multiply the 2 and the 8 together. And then have the n hang out. I get 16n. And that's all I can do because I don't know what n is, so I can't do this multiplication. I can't add these because they're not like terms. So that's where I have to leave my answer. Okay? Here, this minus sign is really a -1. Okay? It's that plus -1 here. So I have to distribute this -1. Okay? And this is what it looks like. So I have to distribute this -1 to both the x squared and the 3x. So I go ahead and this negative x is just hanging out in front. So I multiply it together. -1 times 3x is -3x. -1 times x squared is -x squared. Okay? Now I just go ahead and combine my like terms. I got -x and -3x. And then -x squared is its own separate term because it's got a different exponent. So these two can actually be added together. This -1 and -3 together add up to be -4. And I just pull down this term -x squared. Okay? Now, you will be tasked with completing these 3 on your own. Okay? And that's it for the try on your own. Give it a try. We'll go over it in class to make sure you guys got it. And if you have any questions, make sure you write them down. And yeah, I'll see you next class. That was a very short video, 11 minutes. Okay? I'll see you later. Bye.